Leatherhead, home to the historic spots like the Running Horse pub, but a shadow of its former vibrant town, the one I remember as a kid in the 80s and 90s. Join me as I take a look at the strange and sad decline of Leatherhead. We'll look at the past and its uncertain future. I'll also meet an artist that's trying to make a real difference. Our episode starts at the top of Ball Hill. See that office on the right? That was my first job. I was an office junior in the 80s. There's the Lidl. That used to be a pub called The Ball. And then we walk down here. On the left, there used to be a shop called Bookworm. And there used to be a shop that had cars for sale. It was called Car Shop. It's all pre-internet. Really fun memories. There's the War Memorial, clearly closed. I guess it was closed because of maybe unsociable behaviour. I'm guessing. I mean, that's an obvious choice. We come down. Oh, hang on, look here. There's a sign. Have you witnessed antisocial behaviour, abusive language, antisocial drinking? Okay, and here on the left we've got Lloyd's Bank. It's looking a bit tired, isn't it? Goodness me. And yeah, over the road there in the old post office is a pub called the Penny Black. It was built as a post office in 1895 and a pub in 95. I've many happy memories of drinking in that pub. The ones that I can remember, in any case. Anyway, so here we come to Leatherhead High Street. Look at this. Look at the state of it. Buildings all up for sale. It's terrible, really. It's terrible, isn't it? Now, there used to be a clock tower there on the left when I was growing up. And directly in front, that was an Abbey National. That's closed down. That's gone. And there was a market. Not much for a market now, is there? Now, in the 80s and 90s, you used to go to Leatherhead, have a bite to eat. Now you can go to McDonald's in Leatherhead. Back in the day, you could go to Heather's Pantry or the Swan Grill. But look, this is the state of the high street. Now, in the 80s, high streets were retail focused. Shopping was the key function. So what went wrong in Leatherhead? Well, I'm going to give you my opinions. So this high street used to be open to traffic. Cars used to be able to go up there. Then they closed it down and made it pedestrianised. They built this centre called the Swan Centre. And by 1981, the pedestrianisation, the cutting off of traffic had traders and residents up in arms. Now, if you go online, go to Google and search a group called Leatherhead Ahead, they, back years and years ago, were talking about the trouble that Leatherhead faced. There's another retailer closing down. And it's really sad. I mean, the Swan Centre, it still has Sainsbury's there. It's still got a Boots and a Poundland. But, you know, most of the other big shops have gone. There's a coffee shop. There used to be a key cutting shop there. But, yeah, it's all a bit sad. Pedestrianised shopping centres are supposed to be safer and increase accessibility, but they achieved the very opposite. Leatherhead was what I call a clone town. So basically, all it had were your usual, you know, chain stores, and then by the 2000s, when they closed, there was nothing left. Just a few traders trying to make it work. Now let's have a look. Here we've got. Look at these. What are these? I think they're designed to stop cars parking. They're used predominantly, I think, as litter bins and ashtrays. Now, there are some nice restaurants in Leatherhead, and good luck to them. But look, there was a shop there that I remember. God, it's just so sad. It really is sad. Dear, oh dear. I mean, are you angry about this? how our town has gone. So there's the pub, there's the Duke's Head, and there's a great Sunshine Cafe. And like I said, on the right there's a hardware store. Now, in 2002, the BBC cited Leatherhead as being one of the worst high streets. They weren't wrong, but apparently it's all going to change. Yeah, we've heard that before. So what's happening? So there's a new group who are putting together proposals to change Leatherhead, and I went along and took some footage, which is what you can see here. They're called Transform Leatherhead. They've got very ambitious plans, but is it enough? It seems to me they're just talking about building extra housing. Where are all the people going to park? Where are all the visitors to the town going to park? I mean, it's all well and good to have these nice computers. The high rises. Why have we got high rises like that? This is Leatherhead, goodness sake. And there's this CGI footage. Now, some people might say it's a vision of the future. Other people might say it's a dystopian nightmare. I mean, for me, it's just a bit weird. You've got these funny little AI-generated people, frozen in time. Smiling, looking at nothing. It's just a very weird thing. And this is currently a car park, so they're going to be turning this into this area. Look at her smiling away. And this is where we started the episode. If you remember, we're just coming up. This is where the episode first began. They call it a master plan, but is it a master plan? I don't know. I'm interested in your thoughts. I want to hear your thoughts about memories of Leatherhead. I think that's really important. Also, what do you think Leatherhead can do to improve? And what do you think about these new proposals, these new plans? There you go, the master plan. Yeah. I'm not convinced. I'm really not convinced. Now, I think I spoke about Leatherhead, didn't I? And I spoke about the high street and the fact cars used to go up. What they did is they created a one-way system that bypassed Leatherhead. You didn't actually have to drive through the town. So I'm going to carry on going up here. There's another closed shop there. What's this? On the right, Taco Bell. That's closed down. Yeah. Okay. McDonald's on the other side is open. But, oh, no, what's this? That's KFC. That's closed down. So I think it'd be a good idea to look at some pictures of the Leatherhead past. And the best place to do that, I think, is the museum. So let's go in and see what we can have a look at. Let's go in and have a look at some old photos. So the museum is a very small little building, but it's really interesting. So you've got some bits and pieces from Leatherhead's industrial past, Ronson. They made electrical items. There was teas made as well that were made. And then if I just pop out into the garden, I'll see if there's anything there. Oh, there's a nice well. Now, oh, can you see in the far corner? There's a swan. Now, I believe that was the swan from the Swan pub. There you go. The Swan Hotel. Demolished in 1936. That's fantastic. Amazing that it survived, isn't it? And oh my goodness, look at that. That's a sign from the Bull Hotel. That's the pub where Lidl is now. Now, my nan used to work there years and years ago, and I used to drink in there. And I'm telling you, on Friday and Saturday nights and lunchtimes, it was absolutely heaving. In fact, all of Leatherhead was busy. Okay, it's changed. It's the internet generation, people working from home. But Leatherhead has changed, and not for the better. Okay, so let's have a look at some of these old photos. I don't know about you, I'm fascinated looking at old pictures. Just comparing and contrasting the place today with how it used to be. There's the old clock tower. Now, that's not the clock tower that I mentioned. See the clock tower there? There was a clock tower a bit further on. And look, that's the high street. That's what it is now. Compare it. Goodness me. Okay, and there... Oh, there's the clock tower. Stand on your head to look at that one. Long live the King and Queen. And there's some pictures of the old railway site. They're actually doing a lot of work at Leatherhead train station at the moment. They put a new bridge in and lifts and all sorts of stuff. Okay. And there's a lot of horses. There's that bookshop that I told you about. Bookworm. It was fantastic. I loved it. And back then, before the internet, you used to go in and put in requests for books, and they do book searches for you. It was great. Okay, some pictures there, old churches. More pictures of the station. So, if you can, get to the Leatherhead Museum. It's fascinating. You can spend a lot longer than there's actually the next town down the road. A lot longer than I'm showing you here. I'm just giving you a taster. I'm just trying to give you some images that will show you what I've been talking about the high street. I'd love to get some photos of Leatherhead from the 80s. So if you've got any, send me a message. Put a message in the comments. Look, Army Recruitment Office, and there's some pictures of the River Mole. Look, there's the pub. That's the pub that we first started the episode with, bottom of Bridge Street. The Running Horse. Hasn't changed much, has it? Fantastic. So if you're enjoying this episode, please give the channel a follow, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. And there's one more thing I want to do before we finish, and we're going to head down to the bridge, because there's something there. You know, it's depressing. What's happening to the town and has happened to the town is depressing, but there are people that are trying to make a difference and trying to make the place better. So I'm going to introduce you to someone. He's actually a guy I used to go to school with, who's doing something really cool. There's our Church Street there. Nice. Nice. And look, that's where the Swan Hotel was. Brilliant. Yeah, it is again. Swan Hotel. Lot of horses, and you see the road's very muddy. I suppose it would be with all those horses running about. Okay, and look, little dog. What's that dog doing? There's that clock tower again. Would you like to go back in time? Can you imagine if you went back in time and you could walk around? It'd be amazing, wouldn't it? Because obviously they didn't have any cameras filming stuff, so it's just got these photos. And there's the old, there's the cinema. Right, so I'm going to walk down Bridge Street. Now, there used to be on the, here, there was a place called Harrington's. It was a bakery. It used to be absolutely packed. People queuing out the door to get their lunch at work. There's the pub again. And also, I'm going to give you a little bit of history here. Mark Bolan played in a band, and you can actually go in the Bridge Street and actually have a look. There's a plaque. There you go. And the band were called John's Children. And Jimi Hendrix was there as well. So that's just down Bridge Street. But let's carry on. I want to introduce you, as I said, to a guy that I went to school with called Daniel. I saw this artwork that he was doing, and let's just go along, see if he's there. We can have a chat about how he decided to do what he's doing and just a bit more detail. So I'm here with Daniel, who has... You've done this fantastic mural, so tell me about it. How did it come about?
Well, it was originally planned for Station Approach,
Right.
but that fell through because it was basically a heritage wall.
Right.
So they liked the design and said, do I want to do this? So they commissioned me to do this. And yeah, it's been a bit cold.
Yeah, but
It's been a bit slow. But
nice
yeah,
today, though, isn't it?
It's nice today. It's a bit glaring sometimes.
So you're going to do any more murals in Leatherhead?
Well, hopefully, I've got Swan Centre. I'm doing the Bluebird car.
Right.
So I'm doing 4 of those. I want to do Young Street.
Yeah.
That's my main aim.
Yeah.
There may be something coming up in Fetcham. There's a couple of a pub in Guildford I'm doing, and someone's garden.
Nice.
That's hopefully some more out of this, because it's been going down really well with people.
Yeah.
Leatherhead Football Club as well, possibly.
Oh, nice.
Something on the cards.
So the episode this is going to feature in,
Yeah.
we're looking at the High Street. Now I remember Leatherhead High Street, as you probably do. It's gone downhill, isn't it?
It's changed 5 times. I remember the clock tower.
Yeah, clock tower. Yeah.
And it's a shame that Caesars used to be good, because people should come just for that, because in Thorndike. But it's kind of.
I remember there used to be that big pub where Aldi is now.
Well, Hamilton's used to be up there.
Yeah, I mean, it
And
just.
people used to go there before they went clubbing. So we used to have something going on here.
Yeah.
I mean, I was talking to Dave, and he said I might put a music event on at the football club.
Oh, really? Needs something. Needs something.
Need something, around here.
But at least you're brightening up.
Yeah, well, I thought a bit of beauty to the world is, least I can do.
And you're an artist. You've been doing it for years, right?
Well, yeah, I was started as inky in the early 80s.
Sort of
Graffiti. Did that, until late 80s, and then started doing festival stuff and, bedrooms, cars, record labels, all sorts of stuff, T-shirts.
Nice.
But I was a sound technician, so I focused on that,
Right.
for 24 years.
Yeah.
But, things happened, and you've got to change your path sometimes, don't you?
Yeah,
so I thought I'd focus on doing this. This is
really...
what I like doing. This is what gives me joy and less stress. So
yeah,
I thought it's the best thing for me.
It's good. Well, look, great seeing you as I was walking into town. So
and you, Paul.
Thanks for stopping by and having a chat.
Yeah, no worries.
So there we have it, my former hometown, Leatherhead in Surrey, on a glorious day with Daniel's fantastic artwork. Now, this episode is part of a series where I'm looking at the decline of the UK. I've done Croydon already. I'm also going to be doing Guildford in my next episode. But one thing that I think we should bear in mind is, even though these towns are in decline, we've still got the countryside, we've still got nature, and that's fantastic. If you've enjoyed this, please share the show with your friends, leave a comment, add your thoughts and memories about Leatherhead, and hopefully we'll catch you on the next one. Thanks for watching.